my man Usher. My twin, my bro, Usher.
My twin.
A guy just hit me up in the supermarket the other day. Stopped me and my mom. He'd be like, "Yo, did anyone tell you look just like Usher?" I said all the time. I said I wish my pockets were the same, but whatever. That's my boy. That's my boy. I like Usher, but he's breaking up happy homes. That's not good. Anyway, there's a story that just came out. He's been touring, doing all these concerts, dropping these little, them little cherry vines in there and stuff like that. They got the cherry vines and little balls at the end, and all these girls up in the audience, they're like, he's taking the cherries up to them, and they're like licking the balls, and he's holding up against that and all that stuff. They're licking the balls, licking the cherry balls. He's doing all of that, and these women are really getting into it. They find him extremely sexy, and it is crazy how much fame and attention he's getting from his concerts and doing this little cherry ball straight. Anyway, this 45-year-old man has recently filed for divorce from his wife because Usher was seducing his wife in the audience. She was licking on them little cherry balls. That shit, right? Doing all that stuff, hovering over here. And they got so close, lips to lips, that they accidentally kissed in the concert in front of 20,000+ people. And everybody saw this. This poor husband doesn't get any attention like this. His wife has never even kissed him in public, right? Doesn't give him any of that PDA, none of that stuff. He is devastated and highly embarrassed about his wife's actions at this Usher concert, right? Now, it is crazy, and it's kind of wild that she would do this in front of everyone, and she's married, right? I think it's crazy. So I guess my question to you is, do you think that it is right, or that this guy had a right, this husband had a right, to file for divorce from his wife, who was simply out enjoying herself at a concert, at a Usher concert, and just maybe she got a little heated or whatever and stuff like that, and it was just something very innocent, her enjoying herself with her girls and stuff like that. Do you think that he should have filed for divorce from his wife over this incident?
Wow. This really sounds like some what do you say J&K shit for real, bro. Like this is
that's what trying to do. Right.
This sounds like that.
Yeah, he should have wrote in for us.
Right,
okay,
right.
okay.
Well, I listen. Do I think he should have? Could have? Well, when I heard this, I heard about this story, and one of the things I thought of was this. This to me felt like the cherry on top. Like the last straw.
Like the cherry on top. You know,
right.
Cherry. Right.
Oh, yeah. No pun intended. But this to me feels like this is the last straw. Now, maybe he thought that was enough to cross the line. I do believe he crossed the line. Is it worth divorce? I don't know if I would be incredibly pissed off at my wife, my woman, for doing something like that. I would hope that I would have selected the right person to be my partner in life, that she wouldn't do something like that. But I just feel like that's just the last straw. And this woman probably has, maybe there might have been something happening before where, like, I don't think that, like, Usher's an incredible singer. He's incredibly charismatic and such, but I don't think he pulls that out of you if that ain't already in you, right? You know what I mean? Like, you have to be capable of that. Like you said, you
don't believe in seduction?
Well, I do believe in seduction, but I think there are also thousands and thousands of women who wouldn't do that, right? And so she ain't one of them. She ain't one of them ones, as they say, right? Mm-hmm. She's the type that's going to, as you put in air quotes, accidentally let her lips touch his, right? And so, I mean, there you are. There's something also to be said about your fantasy fuck, right? Maybe Usher is her fantasy fuck, right? here's her time. Her time. I think oftentimes when we talk about our fantasy fuck, we don't really think we'll ever have an opportunity to do that. Thus why they're fantasies.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden she paid good money because she's real up close to the stage.
Her husband probably bought the tickets.
Probably. And here she is face to face.
Yeah.
Right? With Confessions man himself. And she took her shot. And so part of that is like, go on, girl. You did it. You did it, right?
Yeah.
How many of us will never, ever get that close to our fantasy fuck, right? You got close enough to at least get some lip-on-lip action, get it. From her standpoint, she might be like, listen, it was worth the divorce.
Damn, that's a damn shame.
You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? But in terms of him, listen, man, if he can't reconcile that, if he can't get over that, then he needs to move on. Hopefully it doesn't come to that they can work on their marriage, stay together. But if he can't get over it, then I do think you need to kind of separate from that. But hopefully he can, and they can kind of keep that marriage together. I would hate to see a couple of folks break up because of that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He said that was it here? Oh, he said that it cut him so deep. The pain cut him so deep. It felt like she respected a stranger more than me. Right? And that's the crazy part about it too. It's like, how are you going to respect another one more than her husband? And then it said, according to her heartbroken husband, his wife has never kissed him in public, not even once. Yet she gave that stranger one in front of over the 20,000 people, which is insane. So you don't kiss your husband, not even once in public, but you're out there kissing this stranger in front of the whole world to see. And you know his boys are probably killing him right now.
Yeah.
Imagine you saw my girl out of the concert doing that. You're going to kill me. I kind of, even if I don't want to get rid of your ass, I got to get rid of your ass. You're embarrassing me in front of the world. I know how that guy feels. So did you say that you felt that he's right for filing for divorce or wrong?
No, I think he is right for that. In particular, if it's something he can't get over. But you bring up something, right? Like the first thing I felt was when you were reading his statement is the respect part. Right, and you and I have talked about this before. In relationship, I'll take respect over love,
right,
at the very top of the list. And so that is a lack of respect. That's a lack of respect for your vows, and your relationship. And so when that gets broken, there's no recovering from that. And so sometimes people back you into a corner, and you have no choice but to do that.
But you don't think, okay, but what about, listen, there's marriage, right? There's love. Apparently there's love in this marriage. Maybe not so much respect as you're saying, but you don't think marriage is something that two people should fight for? Listen, we all know that men and women are not perfect. They're going to make mistakes in their marriages and things like that. You know, people make bad decisions all the time. Now, I'm sure in hindsight, she probably looked back and she says, you know what? It probably wasn't the smartest decision that I made to, you know, licking on them cherry balls and whatever, and and the accidental kiss probably wasn't her smartest decision, right? But at the end of the day, she could definitely still love her man, right? Love her man, you know, and she could still respect him. That wasn't a respectful situation. She made a mistake, right? Don't you think that marriages should be fought for when we all know that everything is not always going to be all rosy and everyone's not going to make the best decisions? Why don't you think that, you know, maybe he jumped the gun too much to just file divorce? Sit down and talk with her. Like, work this out. Like, you don't just give it up and just file for divorce. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Well, like I said, I started off by saying that this felt to me like this. It felt more like a last straw. I have no way of knowing.
Right.
But it didn't. To me, it didn't feel like that incident in and of itself was the reason.
Okay.
But it felt like there may have been multiple reasons. And
straw that broke the camel's back?
And this is the straw that broke that camel's back. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
Listen, can you say to her or on her behalf, she got caught in the hyperbole of the moment,
Got
right?
caught up by
I mean,
Usher.
it
Usher,
is
baby.
Usher, right? You're a big fan.
Right.
You can, but I think that's a slippery slope. I think any one of us could use that as an out. You don't want that. You don't want to say, you got, caught in the moment, or I was drunk, or like anything that you want to put out there to excuse your behavior. I don't know if you want to deal with that, right? Like I'd be very concerned if my partner used those kinds of things as an excuse to justify your behavior. So it'd be interesting to see. I don't know if we'll ever hear more about the story. Like that's the bigger part. I don't think anyone cares about the resolution.
Right. That's true.
Yeah, there's no video of them.
There's no video.
of the
You think Usher has any fault in this?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. Like her relationship, that covenant is between that couple. This dude's just putting on a show, man.
Right.
He's just giving out cherry balls. And, you know what I mean? Like it ain't like if you shouldn't. He's probably like, listen, only you know whether or not you should eat that ball.
Exactly right.
Like, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I'm just putting it out there. I ain't putting my tongue out there licking on these cherry balls.
Right. Like if you want to do that, that's up to you.
Right.
She could have, kept her mouth shut and walked away from that. So that's my piece.
Well, listen, I hope you guys work it out, and we'll see what happens with this. If there's any follow-ups, we'll definitely check back on it. But listen, man, love is love. For all y'all people that's married and going through your issues here and there, work it out sometimes the best you can be. But at the end of the day, like Kay say, if you feel disrespected, it might just be that time to end it. So we'll see what happens.